What's up, guys? Driver Mike here, back with another video. And yeah, we're talking about it. We're talking about my worst driving experience ever. So, driving a little over, I don't know, close to a year and a half now, part time, I've done a good amount of rides. And they are all late night bar runs. Okay, I only drive at night. I drive late night hours, 10 p.m. until 4 a.m., something like that. Don't have to go into my day job until later uh, on weekdays. Okay, so I can be out there a little bit later. And I have had, I don't know, 1,700 rides so far, which is a decent amount, which means probably thousands of people in my car, admittedly, which I keep pretty clean, I would say. So I drive the biggest demand areas, the latest hours pretty much, and that is the bar runs. Okay, I'm always in the bar area, always driving people to and from late night. Okay, and there's definitely some hazards in driving, and I'm sure since you clicked on this video and you may have seen related videos that there are definitely some hazards of driving. So if anyone's thinking about driving, a whole lot of good, but there's some things you need to look out for. Okay. So I pick up my passenger, let's call him Dan. Okay. So I pick up Dan at the bar area, and he is going outside of the tunnels here in Pittsburgh, about 15, 20 minutes away. So decent run. All right. It's decently far. It's more of that is actually traffic than distance. Okay. We're driving Dan, and we're talking, which is a good tip, a little timeout right here. If you're driving the bar hours, if you're driving late night, always watch passengers when they come to your car. Make sure someone hasn't had excessively too much to drink, and engage in conversation. Ask how their night's going, and you can also use that to judge how much they've had to drink and how they are handling themselves, because you want everyone to have a safe ride. You want to be able to drive and not have to worry about anything, and you want them or their friends, you want everyone to be in good shape. All right, so we pick up Dan near the bar area here, so I gotta run out the tunnels and take him to his destination, probably home, I'm assuming. So we're talking, right? Per usual, I'm talking to my passenger and making sure that they're okay, and he is in the back right passenger seat. Okay, he's not next to me, he's in the back, he's in the back right, on the window side. Okay, and it's just him, just one passenger. So we're talking, just talking about how his night was. And conversation hits a snag, all right, which is a big red flag to anyone driving the bar hours. You want to engage in conversation, but if it tapers off very sharply, and your passenger stops responding, or if your passenger is not really focused on you and they're kind of droning off and not talking a lot, you want to keep an eye on them. Okay, and actually a funny thing to mention right now is you may want to have sick bags. You may want to have emesis bags, which is in my driver's store on my profile. Probably a good supply to have, and I do have those since day one. Okay, and get some sick bags just in case, because if you can't pull over, if you are driving over a bridge or wherever, if you're driving on the highway, you can't just immediately pull over. It's good to have sick bags. Invest in them. They're not that much money. You'll thank me. We are driving down, and we're engaging in small talk, and then he kind of drones off. And he's kind of slouching, he's kind of doing the leaning against the window thing, which is even more signs that he's not having a great of a night. Okay, so keep an eye on him, or I'm keeping an eye on him in the rear view, just talking and just seeing how he's doing, and he's kind of trailing off. He's kind of getting a little quiet and slouching down and leaning against the window. So that's a red flag, and I'm obviously watching him even closer now in my rearview mirror. So next he asks to crack a window. Okay, and if your passenger is ever asked to open a window, that is probably another red flag. Not always, but it definitely can be, and it is usually a sure sign they're not really feeling great. Okay. Also, and I'm just thinking of random tips for you guys, but when you're driving late night hours, put the AC on or make it cooler, whatever temp, even now in the wintertime, it's freezing out, but keep it generally cooler than you would like. long sleeves or something, because they're coming from the bar and they're probably going to have heavy coats on, at least in the winter here, but this applies to any time. But keep it colder than you would like because they want it cold. I'll tell you that right now. It's better for them. If they can't have fresh air, if the windows aren't open, keep it cold because that's what they want. So if they do ask you to crack a window, they need more than cold air. They want fresh air because they're not feeling very great. So Dan asked to crack a window, so I'm thinking, okay, well, he's slouching down, stopped really talking to me. He wants the window open. So um, we just started going through the tunnel. Which is going to take me about, I don't know, 30 seconds to go through or something like that. So we just go through the tunnel, and Dan asked me to put the window down, and you guessed it, 5 seconds later, he got sick. Okay, and too late for me. I mean, I already had a hand on a sick bag, and it's just bad luck, guys. You aren't always going to be able to snag one. But Dan got sick out the window going through the tunnel at, I don't know, 45 miles an hour, and proceeded to get sick all across the side of my car, within the window frame, all the way to the back of the car. So not a good night for him or me, of course. And once he is done, of course, he apologizes greatly, and et cetera, et cetera. So definitely not a fun time. So he didn't have to go too much further at that point, and dropped him off and saw the damage, the mess, of course. And now I submitted a cleaning fee, which you need to as well. Should that ever happen, you do it through the app. You say, I had an issue with the fare, request cleaning fee, and take pictures on your phone. Don't do it through the Uber app. They may lose it, who knows? They may have a glitch and they may lose your photos. Take pictures with your phone on your camera so you have them saved, and take plenty. Take like 12. Turn the lights on, turn the interior lights on. Now, I have LEDs I installed in the interior, probably a good call as well, just to have better lighting for your passengers or for anything, if you're looking for stuff. So turn the lights on, take a whole bunch of pictures. Now, I say turn the lights on. I mean, this was on the outside of the car, but if it was on the inside of the car. So I'm outside, I'm taking pictures, doing my thing, and submit a cleaning fee, guys. You will get up to $150 if it gets within the door in the window frame, and it goes down from 150. Okay, at the time it was actually higher. It was 200, and Uber adjusted it. They unfortunately lowered the cleaning fee, but I don't want anyone to have a cleaning fee. But 150 is not enough. 200 is not enough. It's a pain. It's regardless of getting $200 or not. It's not fun. So I keep cleaning supplies in my car. And now, actually, this is a good point to mention the setup video that I did that has a lot of these accessories that I mentioned, like the sick bags, but I have that bin in my trunk, which also includes plastic gloves for just such an occasion, because unfortunately, I had to clean it up. I think I used Windex on the outside, just anything that's safe for your car, paint, but I just use Windex, paper towels, and the rubber gloves, and a garbage bag. Clean it after you take pictures, please. Take the pictures. I know it's not fun, inside or outside the car. Take a bunch of pictures, different angles, then clean it up. So I got a cleaning fee from that, and my only cleaning fee in all the rides that I've done, knock on wood, don't want that to ever happen again, have some close calls, okay? You may have some close calls. I mean, it's not funny, it's not fun, okay? But it's a risk if you drive the bar hours. So that is my worst Uber driving story. I have passengers ask me. I don't always share that story because it's not very fun. I just tell them that I have to make sure that someone hasn't drank too much. That's what I say to that question. What's the worst thing that ever happened to you? Well, I just have to make sure someone hasn't drank too much, and they know what that means. All right, guys, that's it for this one. Please like, comment, and subscribe. just for what I had to go through that night, guys. Come on. If you had a similar story, leave a comment below. Let us know. Let us know if you have any experience with cleaning fees. And that's it. So I will see you in the next one.